So, I am currently packing for my Africa trip. This is kind of the mess I'm in right now. And I smell like a barn. It smells awesome. If you haven't watched my other video with the camel urine, this is why I've got this going on right now. I thought, yeah, you know, put a little urine in my hair, get some packing done. As you do, you know. I'm in this heap mess at the moment. Truth be told, I don't like packing, and I'm not really good at it either. You think the amount that I've traveled and all the opportunities I've gotten to pack, that I would be really good at it, I'd be really quick, I'd be efficient. I actually dread it. This is the worst part about traveling for me, and I get a lot of anxiety and I get overwhelmed, and I'm just looking at all this shit thinking, oh my gosh. And it's really easy, right? Because I know exactly what I'm bringing to Africa. And I've got my bags packed because as soon as I'm done Africa and India, I'm flying back through Oman, and I've got to pick up my luggage to bring to Canada. So it's really easy, but it's just, I don't know, it's just this active packing that really makes me anxious. It's all this stuff like in my face. And with my anxiety, one thing that has worked for me is just talking to myself. Because the moment you get yourself out of your head and you vocalize things and you tell you're actually just telling yourself what you're doing and what to do next. It just sort of brings you out of that headspace and helps you to focus more and get less anxious. So I'm about to tackle this. Seems like a lot, and I'm just thinking, I have to remember, less is more, less is more. I'm not gonna need, and this is the thing, because you pack and you always pack more than you actually really need, and you don't need that much stuff. And in the end, when you're on the road, you realize like you don't actually use a third of the stuff you bring. So you have to keep that in mind. So you pack your stuff, and once you're done, you then take half of that away. And it's just this process, right? So I'm at the very beginning stages of my packing right now, and I'm doing all right. The other thing that helps is trying to keep stuff as organized as possible. It's really hard when it's kind of everywhere and a big giant mess, but I'm a very visual person. I get very stimulated, good and bad visually. So if there's stuff everywhere, that just immediately triggers a spinning head and anxiety. So if I try and just organize things a little bit instead of like throwing it in a big pile, gently, you know, making a nice, pretty, organized, visually appeasing pile will really help with that feeling of being overwhelmed and so on. So these are my tips for kind of packing and getting through it, especially when you're the type that gets overwhelmed easily. So packing is coming along. I think I'm on my third day. And it's not 3 consecutive days of packing, but it's kind of just like slowly getting things together. And I like to be really, really organizing with color coding in certain bags and labeling, because if not, then things just get thrown about and I lose things, and that's no good. I lose my keys at least once a day. So as organized as I can. I'm looking at the bag and I'm thinking, golly, that's a lot of stuff. But I have lots of storage, thankfully. SW Motec has hooked me up with an amazing set of gear, so I'm super, super stoked because I have used their gear before. When Alex and I crossed the American Southwest, we both had their full adventure tracks line gear, and it was really, really good. We really enjoyed it, so super stoked that they've hooked me up. And so I have lots of space to put all my crap, because that's, yeah. So it hasn't fully sunk in that I'm leaving yet. I'm leaving tonight. My flight is at 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, so I have to be at the airport at like 2 or something like that. And it hasn't fully registered what I'm about to do, and thoughts on that. I'm really nervous. I'm not nervous about the trip. Not one bit. There's not anything about traveling solo across Africa on a motorcycle by myself that makes me nervous. My back is the issue at the moment. It's not doing good. I did a really big mistake of carrying a backpack on my last trip, and it was really heavy, so that compressed my spine just a bit. So it's not so happy right now. So a little nervous about that. And I came to the realization today, I don't know how I didn't think of this before, but I calculated, I was like, oh yeah, okay, so 7 weeks, you know, till March 13th, I fly to India, and I was counting the countries I wanted to go to, and I'm like, wait a minute, 7 countries. 7 countries, 7 weeks. 1 week per country. That's not gonna happen. I already have my flight booked to India on March 13th, and I've had to take a very responsible, educated decision. Ooh, arm's getting sore here. Oh yeah, work it out. And to say, you know what? I really, really want to go to India. There's a lot of people waiting for me. There's a lot of great stuff I want to see there. However, it's just not going to happen. I'm going to rush Africa. I'm not going to be happy. My body's not going to be happy. And I'm going to miss a lot of stuff. And I mean, once in a lifetime, I'm in Africa. I have a fully geared out bike. I don't want to rush this experience. So I'm going to cancel India and just do Africa for 5.5 months. And if I want to stay a couple weeks volunteering somewhere, I can. If I want to chill, if I just want to explore more places, then I can, and I'm able to. So I feel a lot better that, you know, I'm okay with that decision, and just fingers crossed that the bike owner, you know, allows me to keep it for that time. So come on, David. All right, toodles for now. See you on the airplane. Joys of flying. I was highly recommended against Ethiopia Airlines because they're just renowned for screwing up, and it's a crap airline. Sure enough, they were an hour late leaving Muscat. I missed my connection flight, and now I'm having to take 3 more transfers to get to Cape Town, and I won't get there till 11 o'clock at night. So I probably won't get a ride to my destination. My bags, they even said most likely they won't arrive, so I'm really, 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 really hoping that they arrive. I'm so tired, and my flight left at 5:30 in the morning. I was at the airport at 3. Didn't get much sleep on the plane. I'm wrecked. I'm trying to get an upgrade because they screwed up, so I'm trying to see if they will upgrade my flight. This is one tired face. Ugh. And there might be issues with the bike. More on that later. Yay! Finally, getting on the plane. I got upgraded to exit. Yep, that's the one. First things first, take off the shoes. Is the way you travel. Hammock for the feet. And then she'll introduce the rest of our commanders to your shortly. Just about 45 minutes behind scheduled departure. I'd like to apologize for that. So I had an exit seat, however the flight is already boarded, everyone's on, and there was 3 seats free here. So instead of the exit seat, they have the dividers in the middle. I decided to come and 3 full seats to myself. About to take off. So I'm no stranger to flying. I do come equipped with a variety of toys and comfort apparatuses. Usually I have a neck pillow, but for this sort of trip I'm not going to bring an additional pillow, so I have my camping pillow, which is really helpful. And I've got a foot hammock, which I highly recommend. I'm not using it. I set it up on my last seat, but this one I got 30 seats to myself, and I'm so excited. Unfortunately, the flight is only an hour and a half, so I will have a small wee nap. But I also have this, which is by Eagle Creek. It is a lumbar support pillow, and it's brilliant. It just kind of contours and fits in the exact places that it should, really. And I highly recommend to go out and get one of these. Load up. It's kind of like a dog bone shape, and it's really nice for the lower back because these airplane seats suck. My trip now, originally I was supposed to do from Muscat to where am I? Ethiopia, Cape Town, but my flight was an hour late leaving Muscat, so it was I missed my connecting flight. It's going to be a long day. I connect now to Nairobi, from Nairobi to Johannesburg, Cape Town. And originally I was supposed to arrive at Cape Town 2:30 in the afternoon. I was having somebody pick me up. It's convenient in the afternoon, everybody's home. Now I'm not arriving till nearly midnight, so I doubt I can get that ride. I'm probably gonna have to take a taxi, which is fine. But then also my hosts, I mean, that's pretty late for them to stay up. It is the weekend, but they might be out, who knows. So it's a real inconvenience. I also wanted to go get the stuff on my bike today, and that's not happening either. So, but that's what happens when you travel. It doesn't always work out the way you plan, and I'm crossing my fingers that my bags arrive. I don't want to deal with that. So, yeah, I'm gonna put up my feet, get a little shut-eye. Wasn't expecting that. Big headache. So I came here, and now because it was the Ethiopian Airlines fault that I got rerouted into Kenya, now I have to pay a visa into Kenya. There's no transit, there's no nothing. They're making me pay a visa just to catch a flight, which is ridiculous. So they said I had to go upstairs to the flight office, which, what the flight? Okay, I'm really confused. And I'm gonna miss this flight, but I'm damn stubborn that I'm not gonna pay $40 for a visa that I don't need. And it's not my fault. Ethiopia Airlines, you suck. You suck. I'm tired. Transfer this. There's nothing up here. Go upstairs. There's an office. Really? Where?